Hello again, it's Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery, and I've got silicone cupcake containers and a theme color in peacock feather, a trimmed out sort of rounded corners and pointed acetate card with some paint smeared on it. I think I'm going to put some cell activator for this bloom into this dustpan because that way I can dip any amount of it I want. And cell activator is just the carbon black from Golden, and it works really well with 75% Floetrol. So I am going to try and put that right down there. That may not be the right place for that. Okay, I didn't think that far ahead, I guess. So I'm going to try and just brace that right there. That'll work. So this is a palette knife, and that's my secondary tool. And I have this really strange idea that even though when people do blooms they just spread one line over the next, what I want to try, there go my colors already, what I want to try is layering the colors and pouring them out, as long as they'll come. Not a good idea to leave the tops off these bottles because the Polypour or the polycrylic in there will clog in the tips. So not a great idea for me to do that. These are all old paints that I've shaken. And I believe that the recipe is 3/4 Polypour or 3/4 polycrylic to 1/4 untinted base number 3, deep base. I'm really interested to see how this is going to work. I am going to throw in, maybe, I'm going to throw in some, where are my tweezers? Some purple flash from Floetrol, even though it's configured or supposedly configured as a cell activator. I'm also going to take my pillow paint and spread it on the canvas and use it on both diagonal corners as a black and white background. You'll see what I mean in a minute. So they're not really peacock colors, but I tried. Not really hard, but I tried. Okay, so that needs to go here for a minute. I have shaken these things up. I may torch quickly. It's not advised in the general consensus of opinion of people who do blooms. I have an oxo omelet turning spatula, fresh out of the bucket that I need to dry. I don't need much pillow paint because I'm going to be swiping, but I do need to cover my canvas, and it's probably a really good thing if I'm so happy that I didn't go all the way off. So the oxo omelet turning spatula is great for picking up a layer of paint. I'm bringing it somewhere else like that, which I probably should not be worrying too much about right now. But whatever I take care of at the moment will help me get everything else done. So I'm just going to run that blade across the edge. Also, I kind of think spatulaing helps get rid of some of the potential air bubbles that are in the paint. So I'm just going to keep moving that paint so that I have a fairly thick layer to swipe across, as opposed to just covering it. I want it to have some substance to it. And it's taking me a little while to do that, but I suspect it'll be okay. I use my fingers to cover the edge. I'm going to wipe that off quickly in the bucket. Put it out to dry and grab another one. I really don't want to spill that. There's not that much left of it. Okay, so I have the white, and I shook these earlier, and it'd be okay with me if they weren't full of bubbles, but they might be, and I'll find that out in a minute. So I have no idea what's going to happen, but I do know that I'm going to take my little cupcake container, come off water, and ribbon dribble all over with those colors, more paint, I'm not used to this. I haven't done this for months and months and months. But when I try and meld two colors of paint, I usually put them next to each other but not totally connected. That way I can squeeze the spatula toward that paint color. This is not a typical thing. It is kind of a typical thing for me, but the blooms right now are atypical because I haven't done it in so long. And I do really like the half black white recipe, procedure, whatever you want to call it. I do have a tray under here, so if I wanted to tip I could. It keeps the artwork right up off the tile. This part is kind of tedious, and I'm sorry about that. I am going to try and hit that entire center edge. I probably could have made it a lot more abstract and uneven and more organic looking, but there's always another time, and I want to try this at least once in a straightforward way. Alright, so I am almost as good as I need to be. I'm going to need another container, and I'm going to use the white cell activator also right in there, because I'm going to do the black into white and the white into black. Okay, so there's my cupcake container, and I kind of wanted to stir that around, but I don't think I'm going to do that. I do see that thing that does not belong in there. Where are my tweezers? There they are. Come out now before you get stuck in there later. Just a little hardened piece of paint. I'm going to start in the middle. Looks like there's maybe a lot more paint than there needs to be. Funny, I'm not used to working with paints that have an aroma. Alright, look at that. If I let that dry, the problem with the bloom recipe is that you can't do much with skins, because the Polypour or the poly anything is so thin. I hope this works somewhat. I know that I'm pretty stubborn, so if it doesn't seem like it's going to work, I'll do something else. Let me start with the palette knife, the smaller palette knife. It's not as clean as I wish it were. I'm just gonna dip right into that and have a scrape and probably a wipe. And I've got my studio rag, and I'll just keep that right handy. And now I'm going to do the same thing with the white. If I don't like it, I'll know pretty quick. I'm having a hard time keeping track of all my ingredients. So that's kind of cool. This might be really neat. I keep wiping off that tool. I'm not sure it's as important as I'm making it out to be. But on the off chance that it is, I'll be good. Keep wiping off your tool. Okay, so the white into the black into the white. Trying to operate fairly quickly because I'm a little worried that my background color is drying somewhat. Just going to use the paint on the palette knife to go over the edge right there, and my thumb to do the rest. So this reminds me of something I did a very long time ago, quite a few people liked. hope that I can keep it going in this direction. I'm going to grab a little more. You know what? It's time for the acetate card, which I put down right. You know what? I don't have that one. Oh, there it is. Cool. All right. It's time for a little bit of that. A little bit of that. I'm liking all of this. I have to still wipe off my acetate card. This wants something. There we go. Just wandering things around a little bit. I could probably blow into this some of the places where the activator is. And I do love dragging little tendrils with my acetate card. And then wiping that same paint right over the edge so it becomes a cohesive edge. I'm kind of liking how this looks right now without going very much further, to tell you the truth. Which means that I'm just about done, and I didn't even torch. But I am going to grab, I'm going to wipe that off because I can see there's some paint on it. And I'm going to try my hardest to drag some paint from inside that negative space area to the edge where it looks like it's drying. I really like that. I know part of me is screaming, do some more, and the rest is going, no, don't do it. So what do? I want some gold. I wonder what would happen if I put some gold in there. It's time to find out. Let's just put some gold right on. This was the Arteza gold, which was way too thick in my opinion. Well, that didn't hurt my feelings any. Didn't do anything bad either. I'm definitely going to be changing the recipe and adding some more Floetrol to that gold. I just really like it. I don't think I should do anything else to it. I can't help myself. I should probably not stick my fingers in there though. In that case, I'm going to wipe off my palette knife and grab a little more paint. And tell you guys, thank you for the thumbs up. Thank you for sharing my videos. Thank you for watching them longer. Thank you for checking out my channel and going to my creative playlists. All playlists have 1,500 videos. They're all organized for your easy pleasure, for your easy access in genre and topic, same thing, and by the 100. I'm just trying to be ever so gentle and not get too frisky, because I really like pulling little tendrils out, but I don't want to ruin a good thing. And I love the black and white, and I'm not sorry I did that at all. And the peacock feathers, feather colors are in there, and I love them in combination with that purple flash. So, in spite of the fact that nobody is supposed to torch, and I do it, I'm going to do it again, just because I want to make sure there's no bubbles. I did put GAC 800 by Golden into my white house paint this time. I will try very hard to go ahead and find the recipe I used before and stick it in the description underneath the video. There's a link tree under the video and my email address to contact me if you should be interested in making a purchase or taking a class with me at the house in Spring Hill, Florida. They're both right under the video. First the link tree in blue and then my email address. Feel free to use those. And if you happen to be a studio supporter and you make a donation through PayPal or Patreon, you'll be automatically entered in the monthly drawing, and you can see the prizes that are awarded to the drawing winner on the end screen video, which is an exhibition video that's there every month. in the last 20 seconds of any video. I got a little bit of puddly paint some places. I think it's going to be okay though, and I really, really, really like how this turned out. I really love you guys. I'm so glad you joined me. Thank you so much. I appreciate your presence like you wouldn't believe. There are no more emails on YouTube, so I have a Pinterest board. Should you happen to visit my Pinterest and you want to bookmark that board, you'll always know what's coming, because I try every day to put tomorrow's video or today's video on the Pinterest board. They're also listed on the Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Appreciation Group on Facebook, and also on the community board on my YouTube channel. I totally love this. This is pretty much, I would mostly consider this a keeper. But since I have the colors and I can do more, I will be doing more. I can tell you now. Love all the cells, love all the movement, just love the energy of this piece completely. Pinterest, Instagram, Twitter links under Linktree. My website is under the Linktree. More Facebook groups, Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Fans and Collectors, and Expressionist Art Studio Gallery Totes and More. Fans and Collectors has the albums where you can see the YouTube artworks that I have edited. Totes and More has a shop now button that'll take you to Fine Art America at pixels.com, and you can find awesome stuff there. The same as you can find, similar to what you can find on the Teespring link underneath the video. And that Teespring link has all over print leggings and all over print t-shirts. On my Amazon link, if you shop there, it's at no added cost to you, and it helps me buy art supplies and create videos. Also, you can find my books there. The first one is called Because I Can. The second one is called Unlimited Possibilities. I love you guys. There's almost 90,000 of you. Thank you for being here. I love you much. I will see you anon. I'm sure there's something I forgot. Maybe the close-up is supposed to happen now, which would be really good because there's some stuff worth having a close-up of. I'm not sure I can spin that turntable around and have you be happy, but I'm going to try. Alright, bye for now. This is Priscilla Batzell in Spring Hill, Florida at Expressionist Art Studio Gallery. If you ever want anything as a print, just give me the hashtag, and that's the number in the title of any video. And if you have questions, feel free to ask. I'll get back to you as soon as I can. I will see you, like I said, anon. Bye for now. Priscilla out.